Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to share with you our high converting law firm landing page blueprint. We've used this now for a number of years, I think about 6. It's done incredibly well for us, still works for us, and hopefully it can also work well for you too. Now, the key question we need to ask before we get started is, why do some law firm landing pages generate leads while others flop? And there's a big problem, as there's a lot of bad legal landing pages out there. Most of them have too much text that overwhelm their visitors. There's no clear CTA, or there's a very weak offer presented on the page. They have trust signals, but they're often put at the very bottom of the page, or some pages don't even have these. So they don't include testimonials, badges, or any social proof. And lastly, a lot of these websites have slow load times, and there are just very poor mobile experiences for their users. Now, do any of these designs look familiar? Big banner at the top, a lot of text, and a contact form on the right-hand side asking for very generic name, email, phone number, submit form. These are really common conventional designs in the legal space. Unfortunately, they don't work very well. But there is a winning formula that we've come up with. I don't know if it's completely unique to us. We've just found something that works and has worked for a long time. And here are a few things that they have: a clear benefit driven headline, strong trust signals such as testimonials, awards, recognitions, simple, persuasive copy with zero fluff, a compelling CTA that actually drives people to take the action we want them to, and the designs are mobile friendly, fast, and distraction free. So, nothing rocket science here, just good fundamental landing page design principles. Now, in this video, I'm going to break it down specifically to how we've done it in the legal sector. And it's something that we've worked on for now a good 6 years. So we've really just used this page now for 6 years, and it's continually worked very well for us. And it's not just been in for divorce law, it's been tested and refined across multiple different legal practice areas. And we've implemented this page structure for 10 different legal clients over this period as well. So it's not just one single outlier. We have tried and tested this for different clients. And the great thing is it consistently delivers high quality leads and conversions. And it's something that we know works well for us and our clients. And this is just an example of one of our clients, how you can see it's generated very consistent results over a period of time since 2018. And this is really just to show you I'm not kind of like making this up. These are the actual numbers. And I'm always very forthcoming when it comes to sharing these things if I'm going to be sharing advice on something that I'm recommending that you try. I'm not saying you're going to get these results, but this is what we've been able to achieve. So let's dive in. Now, I'm going to go through all the different sections of the landing page one by one. And I've got a slide for each one, but to start things off, I'm actually going to just show you the whole page on desktop, then on mobile, and then that should give us a bit more context as we go into the slides, and we can go back and forth in between. So you can see this page here has a very clear headline. We've got social proof. There are a lot of different elements that we're using up here in the hero section. But the main thing is that we're very clear with what the call to action and the offer is, which is a free consultation. So you can see that in the button here. We can see that in the form heading. And then below the hero section, we actually have a whole dedicated section to explaining the process about getting the free consultation and what's included in that. As we come down the page, we've got a section which is a bit about the benefits of working with this particular company and how they can help them. We've got a nice professional image, social proof in the form of a testimonial, call to actions throughout the page. And as we come down, we've got a meet the team or about us section, where this would normally have all the solicitors or law firm team photos in. I've blanked these and changed the the law firm name for a reason, for keep it anonymous. But we have a section for that, as people want to know the team that they may be working with. We then have a section including some testimonials, and then a final CTA right here at the bottom of the page. What does it look like on mobile? Pretty similar sort of design and layout, just adapted for mobile. Call button that we have right here at the top of the nav. And as you come down, we've got the form right here in the hero, social proof, the testimonial, and all the same sections that we have on the desktop version, but just laid out in a nice, concise, easy to consume way where we're not presenting too many paragraphs of text and we're keeping the focus on the main call to action, which is scheduling a free consultation. So if we come back to this slide here, there are a number of different things that you need to be aware that are present on the hero section of this landing page, which I've numbered. So number one is a very clear headline. Here we have trusted divorce lawyers in London that give you the best outcome. Now, for context, we are running a Google Ads campaign targeting divorce lawyer London and loads of location related keywords. So having that headline match the things that users are typing into Google is good to have the ad relevant to the landing page. We then have a subheading where we expand a little bit about the company. So saying it's a reputable law practice with extensive experience dealing with divorce and financial matters. And then what this leads into is actually what people are going to get from the free consultation, because we really signpost the free consultation in the ad copy and the headlines. So as soon as people come to the page, we want them to understand what are they actually going to get or what's in it for me. So you can see here we've got book your free consultation to find out, will my case meet legal requirements to pursue a divorce? What alternatives to divorce may yield better results? What results can I expect from pursuing legal action? And bear in mind, we've used this exact same hero layout across loads of different other areas of law, and it has always worked very well. So if you can make these benefit points, which aren't really actually benefit points, but they're more like answers, or they help people understand what they're actually going to get from the consultation. So they're burning questions that they may have related to their specific legal matter. That can work really, really well. And then the rest of the stuff that you see in the hero section, we've got a hero image here of the scales of justice. This was a design we actually used ages ago. I don't know why or who uses it. I don't actually think it's relevant to the UK, but the page has always converted very well, so we've just left it in there. So that's the simple answer. Yeah, that's it. And then with the contact form, you can see we've got a headline of book your free consultation, and then a subheading below that, answer the questions below so we can personalize your consultation. And that's an important thing, not to just say, hey, get in touch and then name, email, phone number. We want to give people the feeling that we're going to be able to have or collect some information that will allow the solicitors or law firm to personalize their consultation and give them a better overall initial service. So you can see some of our qualification questions here. And these qualification questions may vary depending on client to client. This particular client wanted to ask these qualification questions first. So do you consider your marriage or civil partnership to be over? And all of these are simply drop down. So very easy to answer questions where people won't get confused. Then the rest of the information that you can see in the hero section, we have a testimonial, which you can see here. And we've got more awards, so more social proof up here in the navigation bar. We've got a phone number in the top right, so a very conventional place to include a phone number. And then down below the call to action button, which you can see we've labeled schedule free consultation, so exactly what people are going to get rather than submit form. Below this, we've got the regulated and accredited logos in close proximity to where the conversion action happens. So everything is very strategically placed. And I know what you might be thinking, oh, this design's actually pretty busy. There's a lot going on here. I thought that as well, but it seemed to work. It's got all the information we need on it. And it's worked for a long time for us with very minimal adjustments made to it. And here you can see the mobile design of the hero section as well. So the main thing is it's very clear from the get-go that this is a divorce law firm in London. And it has social proof straight away that people can really see and feel. And they can understand why use them or why go for that free consultation with them, rather than it just being, like we said, filling out a form to get in touch soon. So that's the purpose and reasoning behind this hero section. Now, below that, we have the offer breakdown. So you can see here, we have the about your free consultation. And we've been very careful with the wording that we've included here. So you can see, call today for a free consultation with a divorce lawyer. Get answers to your questions, a case overview, and clear guidance on costs and next steps. Now we include call today because we always want to try and get a phone call where possible. But for anyone who doesn't want a phone call, then they can just click the schedule free consultation, takes them back up here, and that's where they complete the conversion action, which I'll show you moves on to a step 2 where we collect their name, email, phone number, and method that they would like to be contacted. But having this section right below the hero really explains what they're going to get from it, or from the offer that we're including. So step 1, assessment of your case. Step 2, explain your option. Step 3, timeline and fees. So these are the key things that people are really trying to figure out and understand when it comes to, hey, what does the process look like for me in terms of that initial consultation all the way up until, like, how much is it going to cost? Because that, of course, is going to be a big consideration for a lot of people. So this section is really important that we include it just below the hero in close proximity, so people will scroll down and see, okay, what's actually included? What does that process look like? Because the more clarity people have, the more confidence they will have in actually going forward and completing the conversion action that we have on the page. Now, as we come down, we've got a service sections or benefits or why us, which here we don't necessarily want to list out all the different things that they deal with. We've mentioned they are divorce listers already. People just want to know, well, how can you help me? And so we've got a very simple headline here: friendly, efficient, and affordable legal advice with a high standard of client care. So we're using relatively simple language. We're not trying to be too fancy with it. And when we're really like reviewing the copy that we're writing on the page, we do want it to be simple and very benefit rich. So you can see we're not using huge paragraphs of text here. We're using nice punchy headlines like, how can we help you with your case? And then here are the kind of benefit outcomes that we're listing. So get peace of mind knowing we'll work towards a fair settlement for both sides. Receive expert legal advice. Navigate your divorce with compassion, clarity, and efficiency. Understand your situation before advising on legal rights, finances, and children. So we're kind of like ticking off all the potential concerns that people may have. And of course, they're going to have more questions and everything, but that's why they need to book the free consultation. And then using some imagery on the right-hand side. And I'll always recommend, actually, for your law firm, or if you have a law firm, get some nice photography done. It really makes the world of difference. These are stock photos that I've picked out for this particular example, but where possible, try and use your own photos so that people can see and build trust in the people that they may be speaking to. And a cool thing that I like to do, not just in legal landing pages, but a lot of landing pages, is actually include a testimonial in proximity to the photo so that it kind of relates to what they're seeing in the photo. So with legal, it might be a little difficult to make it exactly match what the photo is, but you can see here how it just kind of adds an extra level of social proof to this section rather than it just be listing loads of benefits. We've got a nice professional looking photo and testimonial as well. Hey, real quick one. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the Atomic Marketing channel, where we have more videos on Google Ads, landing pages, conversion rate optimization, and just general lead generation based tutorial videos. and give this video a like if you're enjoying it. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, let's get back to the video. So the next section is the About Us/team page, or team section rather. Now, for a law firm, this is particularly important as people do want to understand who they may be working with. What kind of experience do they have? And while we don't need to create long bios for every single person, what we have done is we've just added an image for some of the department. So each member of the divorce team has their photo included. And then for the person who heads up the department, they get a kind of featured spot where we've got this Meet Avery Sachs, head of divorce, and then a small bit of bio about them. We don't want to go into too much detail here, but just enough to get people familiar with who they may be working with. And that's pretty simple. And you can see here, as you come down the page on mobile, we've got that kind of main featured lawyer at the top here, that bio, and then the rest of the team below. So we're being very efficient with the space as well. So we're not kind of stacking one on top of the other. We're simply using a 2-column layout to really be as efficient as possible to get people moving further down the page, which brings us on to the testimonial section. And here we just list 3 testimonials. You can list more. We found 3 really is the sweet spot. I think any more than 3 starts to really drag the page on a little bit too much. But the key thing with the testimonial section is just to showcase some of the stories and outcomes that people have achieved through hiring the law firm. And you can see here, we've got a well thought out headline. We've helped hundreds of clients achieve positive outcomes. So rather than just using something like our reviews or, testimonials, think how you can be creative with the headlines and let that kind of showcase what you're good at, like be creative with it is kind of what I'm saying. And then you can see here with the testimonials, we're not just using text and that's it. We've got these kind of bolded out quotes. So always had my best interest for what was fair, efficient, and compassionate. So look where you can actually pick out these snippets of what people care about. Because when they're looking for a lawyer to work with, they want to understand if they are going to be a compassionate and like, or someone who's going to help explain things step by step, a person that you can rely on. These are the sort of things that really work well to just kind of pick out and highlight as these bold sections. And then another thing is actually just showcasing where the reviews came from, if you can, or if like confidentiality is another thing, then I understand that. But if you can show the source of the testimonial, so for example, Google, it does add just a bit more trust and authority to the testimonials that you include on the page. Now, the very final section is this, what we call the final CTA, where we just simply reiterate the action we want people to take, which is book your free consultation. And you can see here, we got speak with one of our senior divorce solicitors today, who will assess your case, answer your questions, and explain the different options available to you that give you the best possible outcomes. And then there's the option to schedule free consultation, which takes you back up to the top form here, or you can phone the number there and speak to their team directly. So that really is the whole structure when it comes to the landing page. Now, let me show you how it works in terms of the 2-step form. So it's pretty simple. People can answer a couple of qualification questions here. So completing that step 1 form then takes you through to what we call the step 2 form, where we ask for the name, email, and phone number. And then we also ask a question on would they prefer to be contacted via call or email. And this is just really to give them the choice, because with this type of inquiry, it may be a bit of a sensitive topic. They may be an element of confidentiality required. So this is just a nice sort of question to ask and make people feel comfortable about being contacted by the law firm. And then you can see we've just removed all the rest of the content, keeping it completely focused on this last step, getting them to enter their details and submit the form. This will then actually redirect them to a thank you page where we give them the option to book in an appointment either online or in person right then and there. So just an added layer of what you can do to get people booking in straight away for that consultation. So that's it. And this page has done really well for us for years. And like I said, we've barely had to change it. We have made some minor tweaks to it, but this really is the kind of final product that continues to do very well for us and hopefully can do very well for you as well and your campaigns. If you manage any Google Ads campaigns for law firms, or if you have landing pages, please see how you can improve them using a similar framework to what we shared here. So that's it for this video. And if you are interested in working with us, there are a few different ways in which you can do that. We've got a private community. So if you're a PPC practitioner, agency owner, or someone who's just managing any kind of campaigns, we've got a private community where we do 2 weekly calls on both Google Ads and landing pages. And within that community, we actually include all the blueprints for everything that we do within our agency, like landing pages, how we build campaigns, all that sort of stuff. I'll include a link in the description where you can check it out. We also do Google Ads consulting and coaching on an hourly basis. So if you do want us to take a look at your account for an hour and just provide some advice and guidance, we can do that, no problem. And we also do Google Ads full management. So if you are looking for a fully done for you service, maybe you've got a law firm, you're running ads, and you think, hey, they could be working better, we can take a look at that and see if we may be a good fit for you. Then lastly, we do also do landing page design, and can create something like you just saw for your law firm. Or if you've got a different type of company, we can do that too. But yeah, links in the description below. Appreciate you watching this video and spending your time with me. See you in the next one. Take care.